A former gang member turned pastor is doing what he can locally to stop others from heading down the same path.
9 News reporter Jessica Knoll shows us why his mission includes no Bibles, no strings, just help and maybe a prayer or two.
It's hot. It's very hot. A lot of violence, a lot of drugs, a lot of things happening at 100 miles an hour. You're never safe from rival gang members or police or even your own friends at times. I wanted to be forgiven for all the things I've seen and done, so I no longer wanted to live with the nightmares and struggles.
The father of 8 was born and raised in New Orleans and was in a gang by 13. Keeping his kids safe was a struggle for the now 35-year-old.
Still being there to make breakfast in the morning and tuck kids in at night before you did the things that the gang required of you.
After more than 10 years, he moved to Cincinnati, choosing gospel and gumbo over the gang.
Anything else?
Now he's the pastor for Thug Ministries.
A thug is anyone who struggled, is struggling, and no longer wants to struggle. Everywhere we looked around us, there were struggling families and definitely struggling teenagers who are possibly headed to the path that I once chose.
Thug Ministries reaches out to the community with gospel as well as a helping hand for the newly opened thrift store, New to You.
The proceeds of the thrift store is to go to the families of North College Hill and Feeneytown directly. I want to knock on the door and hand them a check and leave. No strings attached, no Bible in hand, just a check and God's grace. Life now is seeing differences in people's lives in a positive way instead of making differences in a negative way.
Jessica Knoll, 9 News, Cincinnati.
Thank you.
Beautiful story, and Pastor Zach Whittle says you can help with donations to the thrift store, volunteering your time and saying a prayer. Thug Ministries hopes to open a coffee shop in North College Hill by the end of the year with the same mission as its thrift store.